Let's paint this beautiful monochrome misty mountains today. So first get on with the sketching. It's a basic sketch, a very light one. Your pencil work needs to be very light as we'll be working with diluted paints today, diluted pigments. Now gather all your supplies you'll be needing for the painting near you. So 2 jars of clean water, a tissue paper or a kitchen towel, your paints, color palette, brushes. So these are the different sizes of brushes I'll be using. You basically need a number 10 or number 8 brush and a detailing brush for the trees and the pine mountains. So this is a monochrome painting, but I have also used a Prussian blue to just give it a nice texture. So you can always go ahead with a single color, maybe Payne's Grey. These both are from White Nights. So dilute them very nicely because we'll be using much lighter tones for the distant mountains on the background, and as we come towards the foreground the pigments would darken. So yeah, basically mix a lot of water with your paints. Here I'll be doing a color swatch of the pigments. I am using a mixture of Prussian blue and Payne's Grey with different concentration of water in them. So yeah, these are the different textures we'll be using. So wet your paper first. Above the horizon, above the mountains, the sky area. Start with Prussian blue, a diluted Prussian blue, and gradually adding Payne's Grey. I'm drying it using a hair dryer. Now we'll start painting the mountains one by one, each one at a time. So first wet the surface properly, just that particular mountain you're about to paint. Wet it nicely so that the colors flow, and use the diluted Payne's Grey Prussian mixture. And dry it using your hair dryer, or just leave it to dry. Now coming to the next mountain. Repeat the same process. The pigment used here would be a bit darker than the peak we did earlier, mountain we did earlier. And just tone it down with your brushes. Don't just paint the whole area. Leave these white spaces which represent the mist or the clouds, and make these patterns, these lines. They would represent some distant pine trees. them up. Again, dry that area you've painted on so that you can get on to the next one and continue the process. My phone's battery died in between and I wasn't able to record how I painted these two peaks. So it is basically the same thing like we did for the other two peaks. You have to follow the same steps. And about this peak on the foreground, I'll be teaching you how to paint this on a separate sheet. So watch carefully. You have to make these little pine trees. Use a diluted paint some places and a darker one in some. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. Now there's a little peak left in between these two. So there's another peak slant area behind the trees. The trees will be painting in the foreground. So this has to be the darkest of all the peaks we've painted. And the pine trees also need to be done very carefully and they need to be very distinct. This needs to be the darkest area. So yeah, wipe off the excess color to show that there's some mist present here as well. Painting our foreground. So we are painting some pine trees on a wet paper to give that blurry effect. And then adding some shapes to it. Just make your brush dance to and fro and you'll get that pine tree shape. Shape doesn't need to be perfect, just to give the idea of pine tree, the triangular conical shape. The darkest of all the pigments we've used. Now paint these trees. Use a detailing brush for that, or if you have a thick brush with a detailed pointed tip, go ahead with that and follow the pattern closely, because this tree is its main subject, so just observe it closely and try to paint along. Add some more branches, trees, more trees, shrubs in the foreground. with help of your black ink pen, just make some tiny birds, or you can always go ahead with your brush, a detailed brush. They need to be very small as to give an idea of the distance of these mountains from the foreground. Just place them randomly. And some in the sky. And remember to sign your artwork. I usually use a blow dryer before peeling off my masking tape from the paper to prevent ripping my paper off with the masking tape. It actually comes out very smoothly if you just use a blow dryer, giving you nice clean edges. And always peel your masking tape at an angle. It actually helps prevent ripping your. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and if you ever attempt this painting, don't forget to tag me. Happy painting, guys.